Are you recording?
It just meant like caring for patients, and we learned really quickly on that a lot of that meant bed baths and peri-care.
It's just putting on your scrubs and looking the part even when you felt like you knew nothing.
I didn't know about the other side of the mountain, so yeah, I was pretty oblivious to what nursing was in semester 1.
I just remember coming home from the first day of clinical and crying happy tears because I knew that this is what I was meant to do.
Nursing is a bridge for me to contact the outside of my work.
So much different. A lot of patient teaching. In semester 3, I loved baby baths. I was like, oh, I can do all the baby baths. And then I guess semester 3 just continued for me because I worked as an ESN at a maternity unit. And now I'm like, I do not want to bathe another baby. Like, where are the students? They'll eat this up.
There's a lot of multicultural, especially in this province. So we're going to experience with a bunch of different people with a different way of caring.
I had a patient who was doing her trial of void, and she mentioned she had been passing blood clots. I pretty much had to dig through the toilet for that blood clot. Good thing I didn't have breakfast that morning, or else I would have had to dig through my breakfast too.
Seeing the little babies and holding somebody's newborn baby, and just the babies were the best part.
She'd ask you a question and you'd answer, and then she'd be like, is it? And you'd be like, I don't know, is it? What's the patho of Tylenol? And you'd give her the answer, is it? And you literally questioned everything that you ever known.
Like sometimes nursing means doing CPR and, saving somebody's life that way. And sometimes nursing means taking an extra 5 minutes to braid hair and do nails. And both situations can be just as important for your patient. And I didn't know all it would entail.
Nursing is probably the hardest career I could ever imagine, but it's also one of the most rewarding. And I just realized how much I meant to be a nurse.
Nursing means caring. Even though treatment can withdraw, but I believe we never withdraw caring.
Unconditional positive regard, and just reminding yourself that everybody is different and we have to respect ideas and beliefs from everybody that we encounter in our career and as colleagues and everywhere else.
Crazy, like you are crazy for going into such a hard program and having a child in between, and just like making things 10 times harder for yourself. But I don't regret anything.
Without you guys, I wouldn't have made it this far, so pat on the back for you.
I just have this visual in my head. So the NG's down and she's like holding the tip of it and it starts bubbling. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen. So then I was like crying and laughing because it was so funny. It was the best.
I just have special memories of like certain patients that I will never forget that have kind of shaped who I am as a nurse and who I want to be.
Learn how to safely enter a patient's ward and still keep mine intact. And no matter how busy it is, we have to take a break.
Getting to experience the different fields of nursing, community nursing was really interesting, going out into the community, and I was placed kind of in the downtown east side. That was really interesting.
You have grown to be a diligent and incredibly hard-working nurse. Your compassion and drive are evident in all that you do, especially when connecting with your nursing network. Your sense of the humor will suit you well as people gravitated toward your warm smile and infectious laughter. You are
Aww.
headed towards an incredible, bright future, and what you learn and develop in your practice has been a treat. I'm thrilled to know that my colleagues are of such high caliber. I will gladly nurse alongside you any days.
Marley is a new graduate nurse. She has guts to advocate for vulnerable and will be empowering and retain optimism for the change.
Aw, that's
Boom.
Thank you.
Ayla, your practice inspires me because you have such a big heart, and I see how much of it that you put into your practice. I can see how much you really care. You advocate for your patients, and you are always striving to provide the best care possible. And that's really inspiring to me. Sorry. I would feel very comfortable with having you as one of my family members' nurse. I have no doubt you will provide the best, most competent, and well-rounded care for them. You're an amazing nurse, and I can't wait to see where the career takes you.
I want to know who wrote this. Like, that's so nice.
Anjali, congratulations on finishing nursing school. I know you worked really hard for this accomplishment. You are an inspiring classmate because of your willingness to accept anyone as a friend. You are going to be an excellent nurse. Best of luck.
Thank you.
You are the definition of leadership. You are always there with a helping hand, and your passion for pediatric nursing is inspiring. Thanks, guys.
Sarah, having classes with you is such a delight. You bring honesty and you express thoughts that we all have. You're also very comical when expressing your thoughts. You keep it real. In clinical, your advocacy for your patients and your peers is amazing. You always go above and beyond. Your tech savvy will always pull through for everyone, and when someone is in need of support or is having a bad day, a quick conversation with you leaves them laughing. Having you in the cohort makes being a student nurse that much easier. You're going to be an amazing nurse to your future patients.
Although Jericho is quiet at times, he will speak out for what is right. He is a very big advocate for his patients and is always willing to learn something new, even if it means hiding behind a curtain or helping around the corner. Jericho is a carburetor for leftovers. My cohort keeps me fed. Thank you. He keeps cool under pressure, but sometimes runs around like a chicken with his head off. Sometimes Jericho needs to be reminded to drink water, but he has a sixth sense for free fruit. Jericho is the funniest person in our cohort. Although he doesn't always say what he's thinking in class, when he does talk, what comes out is usually hilarious. Jericho is going to make one hell of a nurse in whichever area he chooses. Wherever he goes, they're so lucky to have him. Oh, thank you.
Shelby, you are one of the kindest and sweetest people I know. For the short amount of time I've known you, your mind and heart are always in the right place. I know you are scared about what the future holds. We all are. But we have gone so far. We did it. It is the end. The right path isn't always the easiest, but always keep that in check. You are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. There's a whole world at your feet, so don't just fly, soar. That's really cute.
You're one of the most hardworking people I know. You're an inspiration because you made it through nursing school while overcoming a language barrier and raising 2 children. You'll make an awesome nurse. Any patient you take care of will be lucky to have you.
Thank you so much.
There's one thing that comes to mind when I think of Courtney, and that is advocate. She stands up for her patients when they are in need of a voice. I have witnessed firsthand Courtney save a patient's life because she decided to speak up during a time that others had chosen to remain quiet. Courtney does not hesitate to stand up for her colleagues in a time of need. Her willingness to listen and provide guidance gives her excellent leadership qualities. Courtney is an excellent nurse. XOXO Gossip Girl.
Started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, now the whole team here.
Crying happy tears because I was so...
Don't film this. Hey.
What does nursing mean?
Okay. Ready?
No. The children.
Think of the children, okay?